Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. It's my very first YouTube video. Shout out to my boy Jaden for encouraging me to get on it. He's a big inspiration for the process, but I wanted to get on here and start with this video before Kenny 2K took the idea from me. Shout out Kenny, Illinois Legends. But I'm sure most of my first viewers would be friends and family, so shout out to you guys. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to create 32-0 NBA teams and put them into 2K and see who does the best. So, yeah. All right, here we go. Spin number one. Phoenix in the 20s. Definitely going to start off with KD. I know he's a little older at this point, but he was still hooping. They should have went to the finals with that team, but anyways, that's neither here nor there. Dallas in the 90s. Not too familiar with anybody on Dallas in the 90s. I'm going to go ahead and use the era pick on this one. Dallas has a rich history, and of course, we get Dallas in the 80s, which I know even less about. KD's already taken up that small forward spot. I guess we'll go Rolando Blackman. I don't really know much about Mr. Blackman, but here we are. New Orleans in the 2000s. CP, no doubt. New Orleans legend. Wish he could have retired a Pelican. Well, I mean, he was a Hornet, but anyways. Washington in the 10s. Should have saved that spot for John Wall. No, I'm just playing. Chris Paul gets the edge there. I guess I'll go Antoine Jameson. Indiana in the 10s. But I love some Victor Oladipo here. Just center minutes is just a young Miles Turner. Not bad. I mean, not 82-0, but we'll see how this season goes for them. I'm going to go ahead and write this team down just to make sure that we got it. All right, on the team number 2. Man, this is going to take a minute. New York in the 60s. I hate when I'm playing on this and I get the 60s unless it's any team with Wilt Chamberlain. Because I know nothing. I got you on Willis Reed. That's about it. That's about the only person I know in this situation. Shout out to the creators of 82-0 as well. I'm sure, they're getting a lot of publicity, but we're just going to go ahead and pick Willis Reed, put him at the 4 spot. Always leave the center spot open for Wilt, even though we're creating all 30 teams. But here we'll go Tyrese Maxey. I know you guys are like, oh, Embiid, whatever. Going Tyrese Maxey at the 1. Miami in the 80s. I got nothing for you on this. I'm going to go ahead and use the era spin on this because we know we could have a chance to land LeBron, and we don't. We can get Jimmy Butler. Chicago legend. Love Jimmy. And then Phoenix in the 10s. I'm going to go D-Book. Younger D-Book before maybe right about when he had the 70-point game. But definitely no finals experience yet. Charlotte in the 80s. I'm not feeling that. We're going to go with the team here. See if we can land a good center. Philly in the 80s. Moses Malone, legend. 60 and 22. They're saying this team will go. On to team 3. I know you guys are probably wondering, where's the video camera? Don't have it yet. I'm working on it. But wanted to get this idea out of my brain before anything else. So we got Kareem. I know what I just said about Wilt. But I'm taking Kareem. Granted, I'm not picking my own team. I'm picking for the whole league. So we're going to see. Clippers in the 80s. Clippers is one of the worst teams you can get for this in general. Unless you're getting the Lob City squad. I mean, I guess recently, too, you can get Kawhi or something like that. But back in the day, I mean, World Be Free. He's got 30 ball for us. I'm going to go ahead and select him. Put him at the 1. Philly in the 70s. Let's go. Why not? Dr. J. Come on. Portland in the 10s. Definitely going to go Dame Dalla. See what he's on. Let's see if we can get a good 4-man here. Portland in the 80s. Let's see. Do I go era pick here or team pick here? I'm going to go era. 70s. Sidney Wicks was the best player on the team there, so we're going to select him. I mean, the paint's going to be clogged, but good thing Dame can shoot. I don't know much about World B Free, but I'm going to go ahead. Look at 63-19. Not bad. Cool team. We'll go ahead and get this team written down and out too. So here we go. Prime James Harden. Gotta select him, even though I'm not necessarily a James Harden believer as far as championships goes, but can't deny that he was killing it during that time. Houston again in the 10s. I'm gonna go with. I should have put James at the 2. Why didn't I do that? Can you move him? I can. Let's go. Okay. We're going to get CP. Just recreate the same backcourt that they had. Why not? Atlanta in the 70s. Big Pete Maravich. LSU legend. College basketball legend. Could have had him. Let's go Lou Hudson here at the 3 spot. Memphis in the 90s. Good squad. Sharif Abdur-Rahim. He's definitely going to be the 4-man. Cleveland in the 70s. Don't really like Cleveland in the 70s either. They're almost on that same vibe as the Clippers are. And they don't really have a big man for me to choose. But let's go ahead. This is the situation where I'm going to go with the team slip. Because I know there's some good big men out there. See what I'm talking about? Kareem, 71-11. This is a good squad. We'll have to see how they do in our rebuild here, or I guess our simulation here. All right, here we go. Team 5. Just gonna keep respinning them. Charlotte in the 2000s. Not necessarily their best couple of years here, but we're gonna go ahead and select Jason Richardson, put him at the 3 spot. And see what we get from here. Detroit in the 60s. I'm switching the era. The 60s, you can't do anything for me in the 60s. Let's go, Cade. Put him in there. I don't even know if they have that many 2K players from the 60s in 2K. Obviously, with the ones we don't have in 2K, we'll put them in, especially if I've already selected them. Here we got Atlanta in the 2000s. We're going to go ISO Joe at the 2 spot. Indiana in the 2000s as well. Jermaine O'Neal, monster. Malice in the Palace. Portland in the 10s. I don't know if I like LaMarcus Aldridge at the 4 spot. I mean, these were probably his best years. His years in San Antonio were underrated, but let's go ahead and do it. 59-23. Yeah, this isn't the best team we've put together so far, but we're not even halfway there. So, on to the next squad. We've got New York in the 80s. Let's go ahead and take Patrick Ewing. Let's put Patrick Ewing at the 4 spot, and we're going to leave room for Wilt. Like I said, this team might be the best team, and I'm not even more than a fourth of the way through. Cleveland in the 70s. It honestly doesn't even matter who we pick from here, but I'm going to switch the era and see if we can land LeBron on the squad. And we do. We are going to land a young LeBron James. And guess what? I'm going to put him at the 1. Because young LeBron could almost do anything. Actually, was that young LeBron or was that LeBron from the finals run that he had? 3-1. That might have been LeBron from 3-1. Even still, monster. Even though I was a hater at the time, I was going for the Warriors all the time. Here we go, 2000s. Gilbert. Can't play the 2, but we're going to go with Michael Jordan at the 2 spot. Yeah, he was probably a little washed at this point, but he could still get some buckets. LAC in the 10s. We need a 3. Maybe I should have put Bron at 3. Don't necessarily want to go... Oh, I could go team on this. Keep the era. I like the 10s. In the era, maybe we land KD. We got Utah. All right. Let me move MJ to the 3. We're gonna go Donovan Mitchell at the 2. 76-6. This is a squad right here. They've got a whole bunch of scoring. LeBron can score, can pass, can rebound. Yeah, this squad is an early contender for. I don't know how this squad doesn't go 82-0 though. Sorry, but yeah, maybe not much room for LeBron to drive or Michael to drive with the 2 bigs, but we're gonna see how they do in simulation. Team 7 out of 30, Philly in the 80s. Tom, I don't know yet. I'm going to go error on this one just so we could maybe get Wilt. Oh, I thought that said Philly. It says Phoenix. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and pick Devin Booker this time. Put him at the 2. This is basically prime DB. Would argue he's still in this prime, but the team just hasn't been that great. Minnesota in the 90s. No young Kevin Garnett on this squad. I'm going to go with Marbury at the 1. Maybe a crazy pick. I don't know. Boston in the 90s. You know we got to go Larry. Put him at the 3 spot. Utah in the 80s. Karl Malone. I don't condone him. But, gotta go with Hakeem. I know Moses has the better numbers, but I'm going with Hakeem. 68-14 is this projected team. Team 7 here as we get rolling. On to Team 8. Utah in the 10s. Gotta go D. Mitch at the 2 spot. I know he's already on a team somewhere, but D. Mitch. Got love for him, so Clyde Drexler gonna go ahead and put him at the 3 spot. Leaving some room open here for Washington in the 70s. I don't like the 70s. Earl Monroe could be a pick here. I'm gonna go ahead and do the arrows here. Maybe land John Wall, Gilbert Arenas, and if we get the 60s, you know what I like to say when I get the 60s. Let's see if we can get Philly and get Wilt. The Knicks in the 60s. All right, well, let's read at the 4 spot. Memphis in the 90s. Got this squad. Can't do anything but pick him. I mean, I know he's on another squad, but put him at the center spot here. Houston in the 10s. We're going to go ahead and slide James Harden at the 1 here. Prime James Harden's going to be in the league twice. We're going to see if one of his duplicates could maybe get a ring. We'll see. On to Team 9. Here we go. Atlanta in the 80s. Going to go Dominique Wilkins here. Get the athleticism involved early. Phoenix in the 10s. Again, we're going to stick with the athleticism here. Going with Amari. Washington in the 90s. Another one I don't necessarily like to see. Bernard King can't fit on the squad. Unless, can he move? He can't. Cannot move. I'm going to go switch the arrow on here. See if maybe we can get Brad Bill or something like that. The 80s. Moses Malone in the 80s. We're going to go Moses Malone. Put him in the center spot. Now, if I get Wilt, I'm going to be hot. Can't put either of these dudes at the 2 spot. I'm gonna go ahead and switch the team just because we have it. Let's go World Be Free with the Warriors here. Minnesota in the 20s. Oh wait, I can move World Be Free to the 1. Put Anthony Edwards at the 2. Really athletic all the way around for the most part. I don't know much about World Be Free, considering he played in the 80s. Not really sure, but yeah, 59-23, contender, B. We'll see how they do in simulation. All right, Team 10. Here we go. Boston in the 60s. Y'all know I don't like to see the 60s. And because I see the 60s, what am I going to do? Pick Bob Cousy? Could go Bill Russell, but I know when I'm in the 60s that Wilt's out there somewhere. He's out there somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and do the team and look at what we get. Look at what we get. Every time I say it, it's like magic. But when I was doing this on my own, before I thought about making a video, I could never get Wilt. Anyways, going on. We got Denver in the 10s. Carmelo. Let's go ahead and see if Melo can get a ring with him. Portland in the 90s, we can go ahead and pick Clyde. Put him at the 2 spot. Cleveland in the 80s, don't like it. Don't like it, but good thing I used the team and not the era because we're going to try and get LeBron. And we do. We get young. This is actually young LeBron. I think last time I picked the secondary LeBron, and we're going to put him at the 1. Ray Allen would have been perfect. Oh, good thing that Melo can slide to here. Drexler can slide to here. And Ray Allen can slide here. 76 and 6. I like this squad, actually. A lot of shooting. Good athleticism. Wilt's down there, so you know it's going to be crazy. They said Wilt averaged no blocks. Oh, they didn't record blocks probably back in that day. Interesting. But these stats are still wild, too. But we'll go ahead and write this team down and make sure I get them ready to get in the game. Squad out of the way. Get a new spin in there. Dallas in the 90s. I keep getting them, I feel like. We're going to go ahead and switch the team because in the 90s, there's a lot of good teams to pick from. not the other team I wanted, but I'm going to go ahead and pick Sharif again. Put him at the 4 spot this time. Yes, Wilt. Come on, baby. I wasn't getting Wilt this many times when I was playing by myself. Like, there was just no way I was getting this. Heat in the 80s, we're going to go ahead and switch the era on this. Go ahead and switch the era on this, get Heat in the 90s. I would have liked Alonzo Mourning. We're going to go ahead and put again Rice, score, put him in the wing spot. Detroit in the 10s. Not really a good era for Detroit here. But we've got no way to get around it. So we're going to go ahead and pick Reggie Jackson. Put him at the 1. OKC in the 70s. Were they even OKC then? They were probably the Seattle still. Gus Williams, not sure anything about you, but we're going to go ahead and put you at the 2 spot. How this team was able to do that well, I don't know. They're giving it to Wilt every single time. Like, this team should not win, but Wilt's a cheat code. He's a cheat code. So, we'll go ahead and get this team in. On to Team 12. We're almost there. There's going to be a lot of editing involved in this one, but I feel like the full video is necessary. Phoenix in the 10s. Again, we'll go ahead and pick Amari. That fast pace. We really should pick Steve Nash, win MVP during that era. Anyways, Wilt was on his last leg here, it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and pick Kareem. I like the bigs. I'm not going with them in the 60s. And now that we already picked our center, we're going to go ahead and switch the era on this. Hopefully we can land like a Jason Tatum or something like that. 90s, we'll go Larry Bird. Put him at the 3 spot. Chicago in the 70s. Bob Love would have been a good pick. Other than that, I'm not really sure where to go here. All the good players. I don't think switching the era will help me in this case. I'm going to go ahead and pick Reggie Theus. Put him at the 2. Chicago in the 90s. Can Reggie Theus play the 1? He can. We're picking Michael Jordan. This squad could be good just because of this right here. 71 and 11. And, yeah, Reggie Theus at the 1. We'll go ahead and he just has to facilitate. Just get everybody else involved, and he'll be all right. Be a traditional point guard. He'll be good. On to Team 13. We're getting close here. We're about halfway. What a good first spin. Going to be a lot of Wilts in this league because I'm picking him every time I see him. It doesn't even matter. Atlanta in the 60s. Bob Pettit, top 75 player. Another LSU Tiger. Okay, statue right in front of where I work every day. So yeah, we're picking him. Top 75 All NBA or NBA 75, whatever, however you say it. Magic Johnson, we're going to go ahead and put you at the 1. Not the greatest point guard of all time, Stephen Curry, but definitely up there. Vince Carter, we're going to go ahead and put him at the 3 spot. I like to leave the 2 open. Some really good 2s out there. Kobe, Michael, D Wade, James Harden. I could even put Steph at the 2 if he comes up on the spin, so we'll see. Atlanta in the 70s. Pete Maravich, come on, baby. We're going with it. We're going with it. 2 Tigers on 1 team. We're going 82-0. Look at that. 82-0. Don't do betting. There's no betting. Nothing good comes from betting. So don't even promote that to me on here. This is a good squad. This is a really good squad. This squad is definitely going to be in contention to win that championship. On to Team 14. That was a really good. That's my second time going 82-0 in this thing. I'm going to pick Prime James Harden again. Put him at the 1 for now. Should have put him at the 2. I feel like, he started to transition to the 1 towards those later years, and I don't know. Anyways, see? This is exactly what. So I'm going to move him to the 2. We're going to pick Shea. I like this backcourt already. A lot of scoring. Maybe not a lot of defense. Not sure. But we'll see. Orlando Woolridge. I'm going to go ahead and switch the team on this. I like the 90s. Let's see if we can get... we don't. But we go ahead and get Karl Malone. And Brooklyn in the 10s. I liked this Brooklyn squad. I know, they were kind of memes. But D'Angelo Russell, I was a big D'Angelo Russell fan. I liked this Brooklyn squad. I'm going to go ahead and put Brook Lopez at the 5. So hopefully we get a good 3-man. Dallas in the 10s. Okay, Luka. Younger-ish Luka came in the league, put the league on notice quick. So, yeah, this squad is definitely heavy on the scoring with these 3 guards. But yeah, we'll see if they can just add the scoreboard up quicker than anybody else can. So we'll see. All right, we are halfway there. Toronto in the 10s won the championship in 19, I think. So we're going to go ahead and pick Kawhi, the man that's responsible for it. Why do we think he could get us a ring? Look at that. So Brooklyn in the 10s again. I'm going to go ahead and pick D-Lo Dean. Put him there at the 1. Indiana in the 90s. Reggie Miller at the 2. I like this squad. So far, Spurs in the 90s. Ooh. I'm going to go ahead and pick Timmy D. Lakers, yep. I like this squad. Yeah, I like this squad. I know, D'Lo's going to have to facilitate, but I like this squad a lot. On to Team 16. We are now officially over the hump. We'll go ahead and spin this wheel. Milwaukee in the 80s. I'm going to go ahead and use the era pick. I know it's early, but you got a chance to land some really good guys here. And you get Milwaukee in the 90s. I like Glenn Robinson here. Was a big fan of his son at Michigan. Trey Burke team. That team was the real national champions of that year. Sorry to him, but yeah. Minnesota in the 20s. I like Anthony Edwards here. Could go Cat, but Ant was the bona fide scorer. Boston in the 2000s. Where's Rondo? Rondo 9 points a game? I guess his era was... he was 08. They won the championship. I'm going to go ahead and pick KG. Put KG at the 4. And we'll go from there. Oh, yeah. Good thing I didn't put Rondo at the 1. Because the GOAT is here. Houston 2000s. We definitely got to go... Yao Ming on them. Because that's our only spot open. I feel like this team should have a better record than that. But, you know, KG's tenacity. They got the bigness. Pause. But they got the big fellas down low. They've got the 2 scorers up here. Aaron Glenn. I don't know. I think this team might be a sleeper. Team 17. What you got for me? Here? Spurs in the 80s. George Gervin. The Iceman. Shout out to Drake as well. Only thing I've been listening to since it dropped. Phoenix in the 10s. We've been picking Amari a lot. Do we give Devin Booker here a shot? Eric Bledsoe slept on. He slept on. Really good guard during that time. The team wasn't very good. But that was like when they had like 3 point guards in one offseason. They had like him, Isaiah Thomas, and Brandon Knight. They're all right here. I'm going to go ahead and pick the MVP, Steve Nash. We're going to see what that looks like for this squad. Obviously, he's going to push the pace for him. We're walking the 2000. I'm going to go ahead and put Ray Allen right next to him. Detroit in the 90s. I actually would have liked to get Grant Hill in the squad. Joe Dumars on the squad. Isaiah Thomas. This is good. I'm going to go ahead and switch the team here and see if we can get a better squad. Brooklyn in the 90s. Not a fan of the Brooklyn in the 90s here. Not a fan. I'm going to go Keith Van Horn, though. Put him at the 4 spot. Save that spin in case we need it. Cleveland in the 80s. Like I said, in case we need it. Brian, you might have to play some center. Brian, okay, we're going to go Brad Daughtry. Yeah, this team isn't very good, but we'll see. For the drill, going to go ahead and LAC in the 10. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the best era of Clippers basketball. And we're going to go ahead and put Blake Griffin at the 4 spot. One of the best power forwards at that time. I know, Kevin Love was doing his thing, but nothing I really liked more than watching Blake Griffin and Chris Paul in the pick and roll. This is Orlando in the 2000s. We're going to go ahead and pick Tracy McGrady. Put him at the 3 for now. See if we need to slide him over. Boston in the 90s, which we will slide him over because we're going to put Larry Bird on the squad. I'm liking the squad so far. I know they probably won't go 82-0 in this little thing. We got Brooklyn in the 80s. I think with this, I'm going to go ahead and pick the era. Could get Brook Lopez, could get a Kyrie as one of the guards. Let's go with Brook. Put Brook at the center. Atlanta in the 90s. I don't know what the point guard was. Mookie Blaylock? Doc was here. Could go Doc for some fun. But I'm going to go ahead and switch the team just because we're in the 90s. There's a lot of good players to pick from. But we get Sack. Let's go Danny Ainge. Leader of the Jazz there. We'll go ahead and pick Danny Ainge on the team. And Team 18 doesn't look terrible. You see there he went 63-19 in this. Not too bad. We are on Team 19 here. Only 11 more to go. GSW in the 2000s. This wasn't there, but this was the Believe squad. I would actually like to pick Monte Ellis here, but I think I'm going to go Baron Davis, put him at the 1 spot. That's all he can be. So hopefully I get some good guys around him. Detroit in the 2000s. I like Grant Hill here. I'm going to go ahead. In our simulation, we're not going to put the injuries on, so we don't have to worry about any of that. Hoping to get Derrick Rose in one of these. Blake Griffin, underrated years with the Pistons here. Not necessarily a great squad, but some underrated years for him in the Pistons when everybody kind of wrote him off because of his athleticism and things. Showed that he could still play, had changed his game a little bit at this point. I'm going to go ahead and pick him. Putting him at the 4. Could go with Cole World, Tobias Harris. Brooklyn in the 80s. I'm going to go ahead and switch the era on this. See if we can land one of those Kyries or let me get Brooklyn in the 70s. John Williamson, who I don't know who you are, but we need a 2 guard, so put you in there. Orlando in the 90s. Shaquille O'Neal, come home. Young Shaq. Wish that squad would have stuck together, injuries and things like that, but it was a good documentary, too. I'm sure everybody's seen it by now, but it was a good one. Go ahead and get this team written down as we're approaching 10 teams left. At least it's only 5. At least we're only playing 5 dudes per thing. We got OKC in the 10s. I would love to pick Russ here. Big fan of Russell Westbrook. I was watching the wrong guards when I was growing up. They not have that type of athleticism, but I watched Russell Westbrook, D Wade, D Rose. Didn't realize that you can't just work to be them. So I think I'm gonna pick KD. He won an MVP during this time, and we're gonna put him at the 3 spot. Washington in the 80s. I don't like it. I'm going to pick the era. See if we can get somebody else in these guard spots. 70s. They always do this to us. Earl Monroe. Come on, baby. Don't know you, but I'm getting to know you today. LAC in the 90s again. LAC in times. I'm going to go ahead and pick Ron Harper. Actually, I can move KD to the 2. We're going to put Dominique Wilkins at the 3. GSW in the 80s. World be free. World be free. And I'm actually going to move KD again to the 4. And we're going to put Mitch Richmond at the 2. GSW in the 60s. Wilt just put this squad together. He put it together. There's just, yeah. This team actually is not bad. I don't know Earl Monroe. Wasn't watching hoops in the 70s. Wasn't even thought about in the 70s. My dad wasn't even born yet. But yeah. So, get this team written down. We've got 9 teams left. Just 9 more teams left. Boston in the 20s. We're going to pick JT right off the top. JT, put him at the 3 spot. Houston in the 80s. Hakeem, welcome. Utah in the 70s. Come on. I'm never passing up the chance to pick a Tiger. I'm never passing on it. Pete Maravich at the 2 spot. Indiana in the 70s. I'm not rocking with that. I'm going to switch the era. See if we can land somebody to put at the 1 spot. I'm thinking about Jermaine. I'm thinking about Jalen Rose. Didn't know Mike Dunleavy played as many positions. I'm gonna pick Jermaine. Put him at the 4. Jermaine. Lakers in the 90s. Nothing we can do to get Shaq here. Older Magic Johnson. I think I'll put him at the 1. 71 and 11. Seems a little, I don't know. We'll see. This squad, I don't have too high hopes for them. Don't know why, but we'll go ahead and get them written down. Team 22. Here we go. I know y'all probably getting tired of seeing the spinner and all that. We're almost there. I'm going to put them all in the game once we're there. Indiana in the 80s. I'm going to switch the era. Okay, not mad at Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller's one of those guys, as you guys know, if you've been playing 2K over the years, he's not in it. So we're going to be relying on somebody's created version of Reggie Miller. George Gervin picked the Iceman one more time. Indiana in the 2000s. Page I would like, but I think this time I'll go Jalen Rose. Put him at the 1. Jalen Rose was like that first dude who wasn't really a point guard, but had point guard skills, but was like wing size, So, really cool trendsetter, as you could say. I don't want to pick Joel Embiid, but that's the only one that makes sense. Like I said, injuries are off, so we don't have to worry about that. Denver in the 70s. I'm going to go ahead and switch the team on this one. Even though I don't know many players in the 70s. Yeah, it didn't really work out for me. John Shoemate is going to go ahead and be our 4-man. It sounds like a player we'll have to create or find or something. Don't think anybody really created John Shoemate in their 2K Sims, but we'll see what this squad does. Not high hopes for this one. Just not really good personnel mashup. But yeah. On to team 23. 23, do we get MJ? 23, do we get LeBron? 23 and me, quit asking. Shaq, Orlando. Shaq definitely going to be the first pick here. Could have gone Penny. I'm going to go Larry Bird. What y'all don't know? Y'all don't know about Antoine Walker. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know about folks wearing the Antoine Walker number 8 jersey when they had Kemba Walker wearing number 8 later on. DeMarcus Cousins would have been a solid pick. I'm going to go Tyreek Evans because y'all don't know about Tyreek Evans either. Y'all do not know about Tyreek. I believe he was Rookie of the Year, but I could be wrong. I don't really remember. Hakeem would have been nice. Ralph Sampson's not a bad pick here. I could also switch the era. I'm going to switch the era on Houston. A lot of good players will come through Houston. Houston in the 2000s, we're going to take Tracy McGrady, put him at the 2. Feel a lot better about that than forcing the pick. Washington in the 2000s. I can move. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Move Larry to the 4. Pick an older Michael Jordan. I'm not hating on this squad. Got a lot of versatility. Big man Shaq can stretch the floor with Larry at the 4 spot. Older Michael Jordan, but like I said, he's still getting buckets. Tracy McGrady, what y'all know about 13 points in what was it, 7 seconds or something like that? Tyreek Evans, like I said, underrated. Wish he was still in the league, although 2010s was probably his prime. Got kicked out for something a while back, but yeah. Almost there. I think I'm gonna sim more than one season because if we get some young guys, like I kind of want to see them progress, see how it changes the team. But that'll go much quicker than this, and I'm not gonna stick with this. I'm gonna switch the team here. Like I said, the Clippers in the '80s. It's just as bad as it's Cleveland in the '80s. World be free. I gotta meet you if you're still alive. If you're still alive, I gotta meet you. New Orleans in the 10s. This was a good squad with these two. Sucks that DeMarcus had to tear his Achilles. The squad, yeah, I liked the squad. I forgot Julius Randle was a Pelican at one point. I'm going to go with AD, though. Go ahead and put AD at the 4 spot. I know New Orleans is still upset with him, but I'm going to go ahead and put him at the 4 spot. We got Milwaukee in the 80s. I'm going to go ahead and pick the era on this, see if we can land Giannis. And we can land a young Giannis. I'm not mad at that. I'm going to put him at the 3 spot. Young Giannis used to be able to shoot. When he came in the league, he could shoot a little bit. Braun can play any position I want. I'm going to put him at the 2 just because, we could have put AD at the center. And actually, in order to get Donovan Mitchell, I'm going to put AD here. I'm going to put Braun at the 4. Actually, I'm going to put Giannis at the 4. I'm going to put Braun at the 3, Donovan Mitchell at the 2. I like this squad. World be free. Lead these boys to a championship. This is a good squad. Good squad. You got height, athleticism, scorers. You got brute strength, rim protection. Yeah, this 2.4 blocks per game. This is a good squad. We're on to team 25. 5 more teams left after this. Well, I guess including this. Like I said, World Be Free. I'm going to call this the World Be Free video. But I'm going to go ahead and pick Era here. There's a chance we land Steph. There's a chance we land Wilt. I'm going to go ahead and pick Era off the bat. 2000s. Not my favorite era of Warriors basketball. We're going to pick Baron Davis and put him at the 1. Some of his best years. OKC in the 80s. Like I said, I don't like these options. I'm going to switch a team. I don't like the 80s. Chicago in the 80s, we get young Michael Jordan. See, this is what I'm talking about. I need the potential to live up right there with the young Mike. Young Mike that dropped 60 in the playoffs against Larry Bird and them. Portland in the 70s. Well, now we have to pick everybody that we see from here on out. Early, I used my things early. Bill Walton was solid. Sidney Wicks, I'm going to go ahead and put you on there. I don't know much about you, but you put up some good numbers. So we want the best of the best in our league. And we're going to slide Michael to the 3 and put his twin at the 2 spot. We got GSW in the 70s. One era off. One era off. We're going to put Nate Thurman at the center spot. 73-9. Good squad. Good little squad. Young Mike, young Ant. Progressing together. We'll see how this squad does. Almost 3 blocks a game here for Nate Thurman. So we'll see how this squad does in simulation. Washington in the 10s. John Wall. Where are you? John Wall. Don't care. Teach me how to Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie. OKC in the 70s. And guess what? I'm switching the era. I know it's early. I know I did this last time. We get the 80s. Not much better. Dale Ellis. Come on and be the 2-man. Come on and be the 2-man. Philly in the 80s. Charles. Let's go. Detroit in the 10s. Blake Griffin at the center spot. You gotta do it. And we get Kobe Bryant to try and put this team together. So, we'll see how this team does. Don't really know much about Dale Ellis. Maybe I should. Maybe that makes me casual. I like the rest of the squad. Blake at the center spot scares me a little bit with, the Wilts running rabbit, the Kareems running rabbits, the Hakeems running rabbit, the Shaqs running rabbit in this league. But we'll see how this team does. On to Team 27. We're almost at the end of creating these teams. We got Boston in the 70s. I know some of these cats. I know some of these names. I'm going to switch the era here. 80s. Go ahead and pick Larry Bird. Larry Bird's got his hands over this league too. He's up there with Will Be Free. AI, Carmelo. I'm gonna move Larry to the 4 and put Carmelo at the 3. Sack in the 90s. Chris Webber. Mitch Richmond. I already used the era. I'm going to use the team. The 90s is a good era. Clippers in the 90s. Like I said, the Clippers don't really have many good years. I think they're one of, 5 teams that don't have a championship? It's probably more than that. But they definitely don't have one. And I can't even get Dominique Wilkins because those two don't slide anywhere else. We're going to pick Ron Harper here. His son Dylan, rookie, not playing like it in the finals. Put him at the 1. I like Ron Harper's defense. Could be a table setter. Detroit, yes. This is what I'm talking about. This team could come together nicely. Chicago in the 80s, though. There's nothing that I can do to switch this to get Michael Jordan. There's nothing I can do. We're going to go ahead and take Artis Gilmore. Put him at the center spot. Tough rolls. Would have liked to get Michael there. That squad would have been probably 82-0. But we'll see. Team 28. Here we go. Build another. Expand. See what we get here. LAC in the 10s. Like I said, best era. Best era for the Clippers. Blake. Miami in the 20s. I like JB. Put him at the 3 for now. See if we can switch him. OKC in the 80s. I'm going to switch the era here. Get a Russ, get a KD, and we get the 60s. The 60s should be eliminated from this game. 82-0 if you're listening. The 60s, we don't need it. We don't need it. Other than to get Wilt. But other than that, I don't need it. Walt Hazard. We're going to go ahead and put you at the 1. Don't know anything about you. Washington in the 20s. We're going to move you. I think you can be moved. We're going to pick Russell Westbrook. If you know, you know. He's a cheat code when it comes to getting 82-0. I know we're not doing it for that purpose, but I'm still drafting that way. We're going to pick DeMarcus Cousins and put him there. 69-13. That Washington squad with Russell Westbrook, underrated, I would say. His, 3rd or 4th straight season averaging a triple-double became normal to folks. But, yeah. I know there's going to be a lot of repeat players in here, but I'm only interested in having the best players in our league. Only interested in that. Stephon Marbury, we'll go ahead and pick him just because I talked about player fatigue. Washington in the 20s, we'll go ahead and put... Can he play the 2? He can. We'll go ahead and put Russell Westbrook here. And Sack in the 10s. Go here. Portland in the 80s. Clyde Drexler. And OKC in the 2000s. KD would have been a nice pickup here. I'm going to switch the team here because we could get Shaq. Oh, wait, I don't even have room for Shaq. We'll go ahead and pick... we'll pick Paul Gasol. This team probably won't do too well, but we'll see. All right, here we go. The final team, Team 30. I'm not really planning on, making the teams anybody crazy. I'm just going to go from my first team is going to be the Sixers all the way down to my last team. I don't even remember who it is right now, but that's going to be my last team. Memphis in the 20s, Ja Morant. Let's show Ja Morant some love. They forgot about Ja. Like you forgot about Dre. Washington in the 20s. Can't move Ja to the 2, I don't think. Yeah, he doesn't go anywhere but PG. Would have liked to get Russell Westbrook again, but we'll go Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal had some really good years for the Wizards. LAC in the 20s. I like Kawhi for this. This squad is not bad. This is a more modern squad as I get the 60s, as I say that. And we're going to go ahead and switch team because there's always a chance you can get Wilt here. Chicago in the 60s, and there's always a chance you can get Michael Jordan here. One error off. Let's go ahead and pick Bob Love. His jersey's retired. Don't know much about him other than that. Dallas in the 20s. Do I like AD here? Can Bob Love switch over to the... Can he play center? No. Luka would have been a cool get here. Can Kawhi play the center? He can't. Okay, we'll go AD. Not terrible. Not a bad squad. More modern, like I said. Outside of our pick of Bob Love. But, yeah, now it's time to put all these teams into 2K. All right, we are now officially loaded into 2K. Rookies don't matter. They won't be playing. Let's go through real quick and make sure that all the rotations are the way we need them to be. And we'll go ahead and get simulating. Alright, it looks like every single roster is where they're supposed to be. I'll let you take a look one more time if you forgot from the beginning of the video. We got a couple of guys here that look funny in their uniforms. This team is underrated, I'd say. You'll see some of the bad teams in here. Like, this is Young Dame. Had to try and find a younger version. I think he should be a little bit higher of an overall than that, but didn't want him to be too overpowered. See, they want to start Isaac Okoro. But for the purposes of the sim, we're going to go ahead and stick with our lineups. The Houston backcourt reunites. Lou Hudson here, Sharif Abdur-Rahim. He makes appearance just as much as World B. Free in this video. A lot of him in there. I should have done a little bit better with the variation, but it is what it is. They want to start Luka Garza over LaMarcus Aldridge. And actually, look at that. Good thing I came through and saw this, because that's not who that's supposed to be. It's supposed to be Jason Richardson. So, this is the lineup there. I probably should have just deleted him from the roster, but you can take a seat on the bench and watch your team potentially win a championship. LeBron from 2018, Donovan Mitchell, 2003, Michael, Patrick Ewing, Will Chamberlain. This is my favorite to win the championship. I don't know who. Oh, they still got Kawhi on this team. And they still want Chris Dunn to start. All right, interesting lineup, but good thing it's not happening. Marbury here. Devin Booker, a little bit younger. And Larry Bird. This is a good squad as well. You'll see they have 2 all-stars on their bench. So we have to make sure that the lineup stay the same throughout the season. Current backcourt, but this is prime James Harden, not the James Harden they've got right now. A little bit undersized, this squad. They've got Willis Reed and Sharif Abdur-Rahim. World Be Free, my man. Dominique Wilkins, Amari Stoudemire, Moses Malone. LeBron, young LeBron at the 1, Ray Allen, Clyde, Carmelo, the banana boat. We just needed D-Wade. There was no D-Wade appearances. I don't pick him very often in the 82-0 game. I don't know why. Reggie Jackson, this was the best version of him I could find, similar to his Pistons years. Not sure that it's completely accurate, but Wilt will have to do his best to try and carry the squad. Gus Williams, wasn't really familiar with your game, but you were pretty popping for the time period. So Reggie Theus, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, both in their prime era-ish, and Amari Stoudemire, young Amari Stoudemire, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Pete Maravich, Vince Carter, Bob Pettit. This is a good squad as well. Shea in a Lakers uniform looks crazy. James Harden, prime James Harden, with Shea and Luka, young Luka. I found one that was his rookie year, so that's what I went with. This squad is also very good. Brook Lopez is going to have his weight cut out for him with all the skilled big men we have in the league, but he was a problem during his Nets years as well. LeBron, go ahead and get you another ring. Let's see who else we got here. We got Nets D'Lo, Reggie Miller. I probably should have went with a different version of him. This is probably young Reggie, early 90s rather than his prime years. But Tim Duncan here. Tim Duncan was almost on the Magic. Famous story. And we've got prime Steph, Ant, Glenn Robinson, Kevin Garnett, Yao Ming. Pretty good squad as well. Steve Nash. Earlier I said that it was MVP Steve Nash. I was wrong. This was Steve Nash right before he was about to get traded to the Lakers and basically be out of the league a couple of years later, pushing 40. But it's funny that he's now a part of this Nets squad. And they've got him, Ray Allen, the Iceman, Van Horn, and Dowdery. Danny Ainge, Tracy McGrady, Larry Bird, Blake Griffin, Brook Lopez. Danny Ainge is going to have to just facilitate to all these guys. Hopefully knock down open three. And they're not bad. Baron Davis, John Williamson. Wasn't familiar with your game either. He was an all-star at one point. And this was actually a version I could find on the 2K share, so shout out to whoever made that. Earl Monroe, Mitch Richmond, Dominique Wilkins, KD, Wilt Chamberlain, another good squad. We've got a lot of good squads around here. The point guard play and the center play is going to be the most questionable spots. The wings, I feel like, all throughout the league are really, really good. But another good squad here for the Pistons. Jalen Rose here playing for the Raptors yet again in this. Hopefully nobody drops 81. Reggie Miller, George Gervin. John Shoemate, don't know why they gave him the Malcolm Brogdon face scan, but I'm just glad I could find a John Shoemate somewhere. And Joel Embiid. Tyreek Evans, Tracy McGrady back with the Rockets. Michael Jordan here, Larry Bird, and Sharif. This is yeah. You can pretty much get whatever you want with this squad. I like a young Tyreek leading this squad. And moving on, World Be Free, another appearance. Donovan Mitchell. LeBron, Giannis. This is Giannis probably right as he was about to go to his first finals. And there was no real good younger version of him. So I went with that one. And then prime AD, who I'm shocked is only a 94. Baron Davis, Anthony Edwards, Michael Jordan. Funny comparison. Young Mike and his twin. Let's go. Sidney Weeks, Nate Thurman. John Wall, Dale Ellis. He was a tough one to find there for a little bit. But we got a good version of him. Kobe, Charles, and Blake. A little bit undersized in their front court, but definitely has the athleticism, definitely has the scoring and the rebounding, even though Charles isn't huge. But we'll see how they go in the sim. Ron Harper, I should have picked a different version of Ron. I couldn't really find a good 90s version of him from the Clippers. It was before his, But Shea, Larry, Carmelo, and Artis Gilmore. Russell Westbrook. Walt Hazzard was another hard one to find. He just he had a good year. At one point I looked at, he was an all-star. I think this was right around the time of the merger or something like that. But we got Miami, Jimmy Butler, prime Blake Griffin, and prime DeMarcus Cousins. A lot of personalities on that team. I love it. Some of my favorite players, that front court. Russell Westbrook, Stephen Marbury, Clyde Drexler, Pau Gasol, DeMarcus Cousins, the third splash brother. And then rounding it out with John Morant and Bradley Beal back with the Wizards, Kawhi, Bob Love, and this is current Anthony Davis. Bob Love, Bulls legend, got his number up in the rafters. And yeah, we'll get into the simulation. We'll probably sim until the All-Star break or trade deadline, even though no trades are going to be happening. I turned off fatigue. I turned off trades. I turned off chemistry. So everybody's going to get along. Nobody's going to get hurt. And everybody's going to play to their maximum potential here so that we can make sure that we get the best out of this simulation. All right, here we are at the trade deadline. Let's see how the season's going for everybody. Player stats per game. Here we go. Cade. Oh, no, this is just for the Celtics. My bad. Let's get to league leaders. My bad. Points per game, Shea still getting it done. This is the Timberwolves version of Shea. Wilt, James Harden, Kobe, and then the other version of Shea. Iceman, another James Harden, Tracy McGrady. Yeah, it's a scoring league. I'm sure there's not very much defense going on in this entire league. I mean, look at these field goal percentages. Wilt Chamberlain, 62. James Harden, 51. Kobe and Shea, 57. What about their three-point? Shea shooting 49% from three. James Harden, 42. This Shea isn't shooting as well. That's why he's not scoring as good. I'm sure they're both getting to the free throw line as many times. Close. But let's see. Let's look at some team records. NBA standings here. We got the Bucks squad. Bucks squad led by Tyrese Maxey leading the way. Only lost 8 games so far. So, I mean, these other squads are middle of the pack. This Sixers squad is not doing good. I'm kind of shocked by that. I guess I shouldn't be too shocked. This Miles Turner is not very good, not a good version. But 2-48 feels like a lot. Feels like a lot of losses between the two. And the Mavericks are leading the way here. This squad of Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, Glenn Robinson, Kevin Garnett, and Yao Ming. With only 5 losses on the season, this Warrior squad is right behind them in the Western Conference. And the East is pretty stacked up. I guess both squads, actually. So we've got your clear front runners. The Houston Rockets squad that I was a fan of is actually not doing very good. Wonder what's going on with them. This squad, I didn't expect much from this squad. But like I said, the size and everything else, just too much going on for them. So let's see who won the cup tournament bracket. The Bucks got it done, and I believe it said Tyrese Maxey was the MVP of the thing. So stand still with their current success. And yeah, we'll go ahead and sim. Here we are, end of the season awards. Wilt Chamberlain walks away with the MVP. Dame gets that Rookie of the Year, 21 points a game. Won it again in this simulation. Hakeem wins Defensive Player of the Year, 4 blocks a game, 2 steals, while averaging a double-double, and just killing it with that squad. Shaq wins Most Improved Player. Jimmy Butler wins Clutch Player. Jason Kidd gets it done with a 73-9 squad, as well as the Executive of the Year goes there. And like I said, Tyrese Maxey did win the NBA Cup MVP. So let's see who wins All-NBA First Team. We got 2 Wilts. I should have switched the format to where it's guard instead of the format that we have now, even though I do love the format that we have now. But Magic Johnson, Hakeem, Shea, and our 2 Wilts here. Cade, second team. Hakeem, Kareem, LeBron, AD. 2 Russes make the third team. Let's see if they average a triple-double. Yeah, this one did. This one was close. Okay. Sticking true to his true form. John Wall makes the third team. This is actually kind of cool. He makes the third team there. And James Harden, he goes ahead and makes the third team as well. All defensive. Hakeem, Kareem, Wilt, Shaq. I expect this to be dominated by centers. Shaq, AD, Hakeem, Shaquille, and Wilt. Rookies, yeah, I mean, there's probably not much going on. Jeremiah with oh, he got in. He got a little tick, I guess. Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen, but oh well, didn't really affect the game that much. Plainfield legend. Well, I guess technically Joliet, but anyways. These guys were not supposed to get any burn. Okay, I guess they barely did, but still, I don't even like that they registered. Moving on, playoffs. See who makes it. We got Dallas as the 1 seed out here. Let's see our full standings again. We got Milwaukee leading the way in the Eastern Conference with 13 losses. This Dallas squad went 73-9. Steph Curry's second time in this fake universe. This Warrior squad was right up there with him. It doesn't seem like the standings changed a whole lot from when we looked at it. Oh my God, 3-79. This was the first team that we did on there. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. But like I said, I guess it's a 2-man squad when you've got squads of 5. This Thunder squad also, yeah, I didn't expect much from them, but I don't think I expected them to be that bad. They at least won 20 games. Winning 3 games is insane. This is just crazy bump. But yeah, we'll go ahead and see who makes it in. Here we are. Now we're in the regular playoffs here. Go ahead and simulate the round. So we've got Dallas making it. Any upsets? Let's see if there's any upsets here. Yeah, I guess technically 5-4 there. But other than that, the Toronto squad takes them to 5. Or 5. Takes them to 7. Who was on the Toronto squad? Jalen Rose, Iceman. Okay, John Shoemate. What was his career like? 8 points per game. Oh no, that's just the playoffs. 8 points per game. He got 3 offensive rebounds a game, 10 rebounds total. Not terrible. He's a good role player. Just in this universe, he's probably not going to get off a whole ton. So, yeah, they took them to 7. Any other 7-game series? This was the next closest series right here between... Oh, this is an upset as well. Upset. Who's on this Grizzlies squad? Larry Bird, Hakeem, Stephon Marbury, Devin Booker, Karl Malone. 6 blocks for Karl Malone in this game. This Russell Westbrook, this squad gets knocked off. Dang, I hate that some of these role players played. But they get eliminated. And we'll simulate the round again. Grizzlies get swept. We got a 7-game series up there. And the Mavericks get beat. This Maverick squad, 73-9. But you know what they say, it don't mean a thing without a ring. This Timberwolves squad, this Maverick squad, I feel like the minutes is throwing it off. But I had it all set to where the bench wasn't supposed to play. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. But Steph Curry and Ant can't get it done. Yao Ming got tired. Did they foul out maybe? I should have turned that off. Glenn Robinson did foul out. Should have turned off the foul out. That's on me. But this squad gets it done. Shea, Artis Gilmore, they go ahead and they get it done here. Ron Harper with 4 steals. Take them, boys. Another 7-game series over here. The Knicks upset Detroit. The Pistons squad with Pete, Jason Tatum, and Jermaine O'Neal. Yeah, they had 3 foul-outs. Definitely should have turned that off. But anyways, that's the nature of the game here. I mean, Pete fouled out and Jordan Clarkson got some tick. But yeah, are the Knicks on their way to a championship in this simulation as well? The other 2 series were very boring. They got swept. This Clippers squad, I imagine, will be pretty good. This Bucks squad, I don't really know how they're performing this well. I mean, it's just an okay squad to me. It's not even, it's not one of the best ones that we made. But here we go, conference finals. Knicks get eliminated. Timberwolves get eliminated. We've got Wilt coming out of the West as your conference MVP, and Moses Malone coming out of your West Conference MVP. This Bucks team, something about what's up with this Bucks team? Let's remind ourselves of this Clippers team before we get into it. Patrick Ewing, Wilt Chamberlain, LeBron at the 1, Michael Jordan, Donovan Mitchell. They've got Brad Beal. This is real Brad Beal getting some minutes here after the foul outs of Donovan Mitchell. So, yeah, we got Bucks Clippers for the championship. We'll see who wins. The Bucks get it done. Jimmy Butler is your finals MVP. The one that we should have seen him get with the Heat. But, yeah, Tyrese Maxey, Devin Booker, Moses Malone, they get it done. Another situation here where they foul out. And that's it for my very first YouTube video. All the YouTube chatter you say at the end, like, comment, subscribe. My new subscriber, I only have 1 subscriber right now. Shout out to whoever you are. I'm not sure right now. I'm not looking at my page, but shout out to my 1 subscriber. And yeah, y'all make sure y'all hype the video too so that more people can see it as well. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.